So we just dropped close to $1 trillion on a bug terrarium, but it's gonna be worth it because we'll buy some bugs, raise them up, and sell them for even more profit in Bugtopia, which is sponsoring this video, so make sure you use the link in the description to check it out. First thing we gotta do is go into the store here and buy some little bugs to grow up into mature ones. Let's start with some aphid larvas. We can buy 3 of those because we had 3 cents left. And look at them little hop around. Oh, they're so adorable, but they thankfully mature very quickly. So look at them, all grown up already. And they're worth even more than what we bought them for. So we can go into our collection here and sell matured bugs. So we get 6 cents back, and actually a little more than that. Very good. And our little guide bug is all here by their lonesome, but that's okay. We need someone to stay in here even if they're not very happy. And if we look at our collection, then we can see that we have completed this row of bugs, which does not have a rare species, but that's all the way done. And we get a reward, some black soil. Now we have the means to go into the shop again and get some new things for decorating our terrarium, like some cobblestone. Let's buy one of those, and then we can decorate the terrarium with said rock. We already have a big rock up on the land here, so let's put this down in the water so any water bugs can enjoy it. That looks good to me. Oh, and our little guide bug is climbing up on the rock. That's so good. We can also feed the bugs too, but I don't think our guide necessarily needs any food. But we can have some here. Okay, I guess it fades away. That's okay, because now we still have money left over to buy some other types of bugs, like these ram's horn snails. Those generate 1 cent a day, but they cost as much as 3 aphids. Let's go ahead and just buy a couple of those. Ooh, and unlock some new larvas, like some purid butterfly larvas. And look, it's in the water. And you also get experience very quickly. I like it. But let's speed this up by giving you some food. Yes, feed the little snail. It's so adorable. And it's all the way grown up. Wow. That is quite the color change. I was not expecting that. A red ram's horn snail. Very cool. And it's worth 6 cents. Is that one of the rare types? It is one of the common ones, but if we get more of those, we might find the rare ones. So let's just go ahead and buy to limit. Lack of funds? What do you mean? Oh, right. We need a little more money. Well, that's fine. Sell you, get 82 cents. Or I guess, man, the 3rd digit is throwing me off. That's 8 cents. But that's still enough to buy 2 of these. So we rinse and repeat, growing them up again, focusing on one and then the other. And look, he's in front of the rock. But we get one grown up. There's a red one again. And ooh, we have a yellow one. Awesome. But they're still not happy. Poor ecosystem. That could either mean there's not enough variety or we don't have enough decorations. But that is both of the common types. Now these bugs are producing some passive income every day, although it is reduced because the ecosystem is too poor because there's too few types of bugs, which is a shame. But let's go ahead and sell both of these snails so we can go ahead and get some more pricey bugs. And we have 13 cents now, which is still not enough to buy one of these pupinid snail nymphs. So let's just buy more ram's horns. We got 4 of them this time. Look at those little guys go. Just leave a path in front of this one to collect all of that food, although it's too slow, so the food is disappearing very quickly. Well, at least we can get a yellow one and another yellow one, so we have 2 of those. There's a red one, and then one more over here, another red one. So we have 2 of each. And you know how it goes. Sell again. We got 23 cents from that sale. Very good. That's enough now to buy one of these pupinid snail nymphs. Only one of those, which does unlock a fairy shrimp larva. Oh, that's cool. Although it is also not colorless. Well, that's fine. This little guy is also up on shore and incredibly small. Wow. It's kind of crazy how small they can get. And then look how big they get. Oh my goodness. Got a big ol' shell there. A thumb pupon snail. So that's one variant. What if it makes it a thumb? I don't know, let's just buy it again and find out. Maybe 2 of those. Constant exchange to get more money so we can afford more bugs. And ooh, hello, a red pupon snail. And it is good that they get a lot of experience from feeding like this so they can mature very quickly. Another red one. So that's another type where we have all of the common ones. So we're actually getting 50 cents from this sale. Now we're getting some money back, but still not enough to buy those. So more of these, 3 of them. And we do have enough to buy one of these and then a couple of these. I wonder if that's enough to get, ooh, I think it is enough to get the new ecosystem bonus. So all these bugs should be way more productive. The aphids grow up incredibly fast and then we just abuse the snails with food and they should be able to grow up just as fast, which now is increasing our production rate. We're making almost $3 a day. big stonks. But it also translates to 12 cents an hour and 0 cents a second. So we're gonna need way more bugs to get that money rate up. So now that all of our bugs are matured, they should sell for, ooh, 86 cents, almost $1. But that is enough to get one pureed butterfly larva. Sweet, unlocking even more varieties. It's so little, but I bet the butterfly is gonna be ginormous. Oh, it's a pupa now that we can't feed anymore, unfortunately. So it's just kind of sitting there. Well, we still have money left over to buy a few more snails, maybe just one of them. But let's keep the economy up by keeping the variety up. So I think that little pupa can feel right at home. And there it is, flying around at the top of the the terrarium. Oh, what a beautiful little butterfly that is. Thankfully, just sit still. And that's pushing the money up to $7 a day. Very nice. But it's also worth 87 cents, so goodbye. A cabbage white pureed butterfly. Interesting. And of course, more mature bugs means more money, and we have over $1 now. Yes. Now, once we get enough dollars, we can start to buy some upgrades for our terrarium, like more basic feed, or maybe leveling up the terrarium eventually. But first, we start with bugs. So we should actually maybe be able to afford 2 of these. Ooh, yes we can. Very nice. So let's get both of these guys to the pupa state, and they both happen to be on the rock. That's amazing. And with 2 of those, our money goes up to $12 a day. Double digits, but still 0 per second. At least there's still instant money for $1.75. Could almost buy a gumball with that. Still, that lets us get more of them. Or I guess only 2, but plenty of snails. And if we buy just 1 more variety of bugs, then that's enough to fix the ecosystem. It also gets our terrarium close to maxed out here, but that's no issue. Ooh, a new type of butterfly. A bean pureed butterfly. And that makes also the last of the bugs to mature, and also all the common bugs for the butterflies. Now we can't get the more rare ones until we get a breeding tank, but we don't have access to those yet. So let's just keep this continuous stock going. $2.60 from that. That's actually enough to buy a fairy shrimp larva. Awesome. Ooh, but that is a very beautiful shrimp right there. But this little guy is also colorless, so there is no more rare species. But that means we have it maxed out. And we get river. Is that a new watercolor? Stream, river, it looks like it is. And there's the black soil, which I guess we could see how that looks in the terrarium thing. In the modifier, in the landscape editor, that's the name. And it is nice, but I do like the stream water better because it looks cleaner, and the yellow soil. Although there are some, the letter Y, some interesting new landscape things that come in. But let's sell this mature bug for $2.53, and then rinse and repeat, because the next bug costs $6. Oh, hello. I just wanted to tell you that I will be here with you at any time. Okay, I appreciate it. I'm just here raising and selling fairy shrimps until we can afford 2 of them, which thankfully they grow up very fast. And we can get $5 on a single sale. That is even better. Just gotta keep that exchange going, and maybe buying a pureed butterfly? Sure, they all sell for a profit, so all the money gains are always good. So we can spend every cent and still get money back. So we are selling 6 bugs, all at the matured state, and getting $6.68 out of it. That should be enough for, yes, one of these crickets. Buy one of those. They're giving $1 a day all by themselves. Very nice. Come on, little guy, get up there. I need to see you at your full potential. And there it is. Woo, very fast. Oh, and he's chirping. A swordtail bush cricket. Wow. Ooh, and we're getting some very interesting ones coming up here, it looks like. Is that one of those tortoise beetles? It might be. But let's sell this guy for $9. That is so good. At this rate, we should be close to being able to buy one of those, and then hopefully gain money good enough here soon. Ooh, got the other one. Red-chested leaf runner bush cricket. Wow. I almost feel like I've seen these guys in real life, but I'm not sure. Well, $9.31 is always good. So we buy one of those again, and then the next one we sell should give us enough. $15. Excellent. So now we can actually afford to get the basic feed upgrade for $6. So now it's regular feed, and now they give 2 experience every time. Very good. That should help our little crickets grow up much faster because it was kind of slow before, but that is way better. It is interesting how the little baby crickets don't chirp, but the adults do. Well, I'm sure they have their reasons, but we can actually afford 2 of them right now. That's the best part. So that money gain is $18 on a sale, which is enough to buy 3. Although all of those. Getting out of here is $27, all by just 3 crickets. And that's enough to get a tortoise beetle larva. Oh, these guys look amazing. Whoa, hold on. Bagworm moth larva? That guy looks crazy. Oh, another little pupa. Although I guess the pupa itself does sell for 12, which is a little tempting. But let's just use the rest of the money that we have to buy a few fairy shrimps and then just keep going down the list. So that keeps our economy good, or our ecosystem good, which does keep our economy good. Oh, there he is, the tortoise beetle. Black striped tortoise beetle. $27 just from you. Oh, and we're actually getting income now every second. $0.003 every second. Wow. Because we're making over $200 a day? Oh, that's crazy. It is also crazy how this guy's shell is, it almost looks see-through. So let's go ahead and see just how much all of these mature bugs get for us. And that is $32. I love it. We actually have enough money now to employ the guide. After employing the guide, each feeding to the guide gives 1 cent. Oh, I like that idea. It does set us back on the bug buying train a little bit, but it's okay because we can still just feed you and it's payday. That is working really well, actually, especially because some of these other bugs just mature so fast. So then if we're short of buying bugs a little bit, then we can just keep feeding the guide and be able to buy 2 of those. Very easy little patch in the economy, which it is interesting looking at these guys because it almost seems like they're swimming upside down. Maybe they are, but they're still worth money. And now we are a little bit shy of buying the bush cricket larva, so let's just keep feeding the guide until we can buy that cricket. Oh, I actually didn't realize just 2 mature crickets gives us 0.001 every second. Well, I think it's way better to have the tiger beetle give us that rate, or tortoise beetle rather. And then we get ourselves right back up to buying those tortoise beetles again. And then maybe buy a few more butterflies so we can have so many pupas happening at once. And just that tiger beetle, or I keep saying tiger beetle, tortoise beetle all by itself gives 0.002. Because none of these pupas are given money per day. Now, it is the same one that we got before, which is a little disappointing, but that's fine, sell it. And then all those butterflies that we bought can get us another $5. So we almost have enough to expand our terrarium capacity to 15. Or we could get the terrarium ideas issue, which would probably be good. Well, it's just a matter of feeding the guide enough times, and that gets us $10. Terrarium ideas issue number 1. Buy it. And now that more terrarium types can be selected in landscaping mode. You don't say. Change terrarium type right here. Okay. Ooh, change the landscape. Sure. And we can still bring that rock in to put in the little pond right down here. Beautiful, a little bit of variety. Oh, and this guy's actually different. 2 stars tortoise beetle. I almost want to leave this one in here because that constant money rate is looking pretty good right now, actually. But I also know it's worth more to just continue selling the bugs to get more. And that is both of the common types of tortoise beetles. So we could buy the terrarium expansion now. So now our bug limit is 15. Honestly, I think it is better to have just 1 tortoise beetle and then backtrack a little bit to buy some of the lesser expensive bugs. Because getting the money to buy a second one of these actually isn't too bad. As long as we focus on the crickets a little bit, and then we make sure to sell that one and not this other one. You know what? Let's just lock it. We could sell the guide, I guess, but I don't think I will. I almost feel bad for this guide bug because it's over here separated by the water, so it can't enjoy the rock over here like anyone else. At least you're getting plenty of feed because that makes us money directly. And now, with the same cricket routine as we've done before, we can afford 2 tortoise beetle larvas. And by 2, I mean 1, because we already had one and it's not a larva anymore. So now when we have 2 of them, and they're actually the 2 different kinds, which I like, our money rate goes up even more. They also make a fun little groove when you click on them too. Although, since these guys are actually able to properly affect our money rate, now would actually be a good time to fix our ecosystem by getting as many of these lesser expensive bug types as possible. So that fixes it, and then actually gets our money rate up a little bit more just by that. So now everybody's happy. The bugs have enough neighbors, I'm making money, it's a good day. But while these lesser bugs are nice, they're not as good as we can get, so let's start selling them in reverse order to keep as many as we can, which I guess is just the tiger beetles, but I guess now we can buy a cricket, which will go towards helping the money rate even more, with a little bit more rinse rinse and repeat. I accidentally sold one of the things, but that gave us $55 overall. So if we actually sell the other one, that gets us to $83. That's enough to buy a woodlouse nymph. Now we can keep expanding our bugs a little bit more, even if it's by accident. But the money rate from this one should be more than the tortoise beetle anyway. And thankfully you don't have a pupa stage, so you're grown up right away. And it's about the same. That's fine. This guy's adorable. Oh, and it actually curls up, kind of like the guide does. But that is a value of 90? Wow. Should have sold these guys way sooner. Oh, and it's a white one. A black and white woodlouse. Oh, and we actually can upgrade the guide if we wanted to. So then the money gained from feeding it is an extra 10 cents. Ooh, that's a huge bonus. But let's get a few more of these out of the way first. Oh, or we could buy breeding boxes. That would let us get some of the more rare bugs. Oh, I kind of want it. Let's buy and sell one more of these, just so we have a little bit of money put away. $138 put away. So we can buy one of these, and that gives us the breeding tab. Oh yes, and we get a free one. And then they get really expensive down the line. This is how much we spent initially, but now we have $88 on the side, which is enough to buy one of these. But let's buy 2 tortoise beetle larvas and get those guys leveled up, because their money gain is already pretty good by themselves, but if we get a rare one, then that should be even more. Plus they'll probably sell for more too. Ooh, and this is different kinds too. This will be interesting. So we move both of those to the breeding box, which means that they're not making money anymore, but now they're actually gonna make a baby tortoise beetle, which will still take a little bit. So let's go on back and make money the old-fashioned way. Actually, we can buy another one of these. I didn't realize we had that much money. And I wonder if it actually wouldn't be better to start with some of the lesser bugs and get those inventory slots filled in. And by inventory, I mean collection slots filled in, because I feel like they would actually breed faster too. So now with 2 tortoise beetles back in the terrarium, while the other 2 are still doing their business, it's like nothing has changed. Oh, but they actually finished. Oh, they got a little baby there. That's adorable. Can I feed you in here? Sadly not, so we'll let that one incubate a little bit and then move these guys back to the terrarium. They don't need to be here for this little guy, hopefully. Thankfully they don't. So that is really helping the money right now, even if it isn't diverse. But of course, there is a lot of money just sitting here. So poor little Jimmy Beetle is gonna be the first bug back in this brand new terrarium. That's totally what's happening here. But there's $116 there. So that is enough for another upgrade to you or to the regular feed for more XP. Is that enough to buy a new bug type though? Not quite, but we can get another one of these because I like these. So we can keep you and then buy more tortoise beetles and some crickets as well. And it's interesting that the larvas and pupas count as different types because the ecosystem is actually fixed. But then once both of these guys mature, then the ecosystem breaks again. But then we can buy 2 woodlouse nymphs. Or have them. Now the experience bar on the beetle egg, whoop, fills up. And look at that, it's back to a larva. Ooh, it's a green one too. Oh, let's move you to the terrarium and get you leveled up. Oh, and it's raining in here, wow. And you are not happy about it. But that's just because of the poor ecosystem. So this should behave as the same. And now that that breeding tank is empty now, let's actually go ahead and get some of the lesser ones, like these ram's horn snails back in there. Because I'm kind of hoping that since they're a lower tier bug, they'll breed a lot faster. So we'll move both of those to the breeding box. And it actually does seem a little faster. Whoa, and there's a new one. Which, whoa, is really boosting the money gain there. 0.015 every second. That money is flying. At least it is if you look at the 3rd digit. But this is a sweet potato tortoise beetle. That is an amazing name. It's worth $138. That is so cool. Makes me wonder what the income fix would be if we dropped the 10% debuff. Time to get more snails. And maybe just 2 of everything now so we can start bringing them all in turn. Because now we're actually getting a pretty good money rate just from this guy existing. Let's make sure we don't sell you on accident. We do have the 2 woodlouses here as well, but I'm not quite ready to breed those yet. I would like to upgrade this breeding tank's hatching speed so it's a little bit faster, but there's the egg. And sure enough, that's a lot faster hatching. And these 2 are already done. Back to the terrarium with you. And really quick, can we get 2 different bugs in the breeding boxes. Okay, so the breeding boxes are occupied once there's an egg in them. Our terrarium actually looks really nice with all these different bug types around. Oh, and look at the money rate per day. It's over 1,000. That is very promising. But most of it is coming from this guy. He's amazing. Oh, and there it is. The new snail is here. Back to the terrarium. Now, where'd you go? Are you hiding down here? Yes, very much so. Way down in the corner. There you are. A brown ram's horn snail with a value of 29 cents. Still appreciated. We're filling out the collection a little bit. So those two were actually pretty fast. Let's put them back in the breeding box because I'm hoping we can get the other type of uncommon snail out of this. All right, little guy, I have faith that you'll be someone new. No, you're not. Great. Oh well, let's actually put both of these guys in the breeding box. And it is really tempting to start selling these guys off because we might be able to get access to the bagworm moth larva if we do that, which this guy looks so crazy. But we do still have room in our terrarium, so maybe we just buy a couple more bugs and then sell those. Because at least going through the process of selling the crickets earns us a decent pace of money. Ooh, we actually got a little bit extra. Wonder if that's because of the ecosystem being good. It seems like it's selling for more than before. I like it, especially when we get to the point where we can buy another tortoise beetle. And sadly, the new egg is common. And these tortoise beetles do help the money rate pretty good, but we'll sell this one because the uncommon one is already doing an amazing amount. Ooh, the new snail is uncommon, good. Get your numbers up, and it is a new type. Well, obviously, but a bumpy pupon snail. Interesting. It looks like I forgot the last little segment, but that is amazing. Okay, but I really want to put these ram's horns back in because if we can finish out another section of the catalog, then that would be another reward. And that would also be a pretty decent boost in money, even if it is the cheapest bug. And now that we're able to reliably have a third woodlouse, without needing to get rid of any of the two that we have, because I want to keep them on standby, we sell you, have $100+ again, and then we can actually upgrade the breeding box for $100, which gives an extra 0.5 speed to both things. That's actually a pretty good bonus. Now, please be uncommon here. And of course it's common. Well, let's just get you aged up all the same so we can sell you for a little bit more. And it might actually be worth selling these woodlouses that we have already because we still only have one breeding box. So we might as well use these guys to make extra money because if we do this again with the same routine going on and actually buying 2 woodlouse nymphs at a time was not intentional, but I like it because now we're still able to keep 2 of them. And then once we age this one up and sell it, have $100 again, we can upgrade the guides feeding abilities to get 11 cents per thing. Where did the guide go actually? Oh, is that you? There you are. Okay, so it isn't 11 cents, but it is 10 cents, which is still really good money rate. Ooh, and this snail is uncommon, good. And man, going to the breeding boxes and then coming back, everything shifts. So it's like, where to go right away? Okay, so this is another of the brown ones, but since we have 2 of those, let's get these 2 out of here and then put these 2 in there instead. Nature is weird, just don't think about it too hard. But those 2 going together should give us at least an uncommon rarity, if not something of higher rarity. And I think it takes about the same amount of time too. Maybe a little bit longer, but that just means it's good that we got the upgrade. And then we keep up this pattern of selling woodlouses, and that gets us to $227, which to buy the next thing, we need $234. So it's time to feed the guide a little bit more. Thankfully not too much more because the money gain is better. And there we have it, a bagworm moth larva. Ooh, and the next one's a horn snail for 6,000, goodness. And thankfully getting you leveled up experience-wise is very good. Doesn't take too long, but now we have another pupa, which looks like a tumbleweed. But the money rate increase has to be so good after this. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. Ooh, and the breeding box is done too. So the new one, okay, it is uncommon. Hopefully it's not the same uncommon because goodness. And of course it is. Oh well. Sell. And there it is, common bagworm moth. Not flying for whatever reason, but it is worth $242 by itself. And the money rate is up to 3 cents per second. So we could buy ram's horn snails every second if we wanted to. Neat. So we might as well get the money back for that. And then maybe upgrade the feed as well. So now the bugs earn 3 experience per thing. That gets the woodlouses leveled up so much faster. Might not feel like it, but we were feeding both of them at the same time, so it checks out. And then we can buy 3 of them at a time. Another uncommon snail. Please be different. Oh, got a little misty in the terrarium. Thankfully, we can still see the bugs and sell enough of them to get $500. Very good. Which does mean that we can get a feeder upgrade, but I would rather spend that money to get some more terrarium size. Okay, the past couple of breeding attempts on these snails have all resulted in the brown ones, so we probably need the other uncommon to make that work, which means that you two come out of there, and then you two go back in. And we actually have the money to get 6 woodlouses at a time too, so that's even more money right away. Back to 500,000, not 500,000, just 500. Thinking ahead here, but that is enough to upgrade the breeding box again for ×2 speed. Good, because this egg just got here. Ooh, and these two made an uncommon already. I have a good feeling about this one. And yes, it is a new one. I would have been fooled if I didn't see the notification. It's an ash ram's horn snail. Oh, that is cool. So now if we stick the uncommon ram's horns in there, the 2 separate ones. Oh, yes. A purple snail. I need to see this. Thankfully, they don't take much, and there it is. A blue ram's horn snail. Instead of being purple, it's just blue. Dabba-dee-da-doo. So that would just leave the gold rank ram's horn snail to finish out this collection. And so far, we've uncovered 6% of total bugs. I would say that's a pretty good start, and I'll leave you guys to start your own bug terrariums by using the link in the description to pick up Bugtopia for yourself. In the meantime, thank you guys for watching this video, and big thanks to the developers for sponsoring. Sub to Intern,